Hey everybody, this video is in part from my siblings and my mom. Well, I'm sure she's going to say something too. This is definitely by far one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. For those that knew my father, they knew that he was, first of all, he was a lover of Jehovah. That is what identified him. Like, he could preach to the wind. If the wind blew too hard, George would read it as scripture. He loved Jehovah with his entire being. And that is something that I remember about my dad. But aside from that, he was a disciplinarian, very strict. Mommy was a softie, but on no uncertain terms, there was any doubts in our mind that he would always choose Jehovah over us. No uncertain terms. He made us see Jehovah as a real person. Jehovah wasn't fictional for us. Maybe as kids growing up, we didn't really have, we didn't see it as much. But as adults, and just seeing how the sacrifices that he made for Jehovah, it was evident. There was no way that this was something that, he didn't live and breathe spiritual things. He was a spiritual man. I wanted to say a special thank you to the Scott family, all my aunts, my aunt who is in Ecuador, my aunt in Trinidad. I know you all are grieving, and I'm just so sorry that we all couldn't be there together. To all my uncles and my cousins, and the in-laws by extension, I thank you all so much for being there and supporting my mom and my brother and my sister during this very painful time. This isn't easy, but I know for a fact that this grief is not just ours, because Daddy was easy to love. Georgie was an easy person to love because he will give you the shirt off his back. What he had wasn't his, and I think in honoring someone's legacy, or especially from a spiritual side, but from a physical side, he left a really wonderful example of kindness and how big hearted he was. He was just so kind and so generous. And if we ever remember anything about George, was that he wasn't about gloom and doom. George was, he was a light. He was a light. He was a light in everyone's life. He would enter a room and he would just brighten everything up. I want to thank my siblings. This is a special message for them as well, because I'm not able to be there physically, but I'm there with you. I'm there with you, and I wish that I could have been. Circumstances won't allow me to be there, but I'm just so grateful that you all took this situation and made it light for me as well. To my mom, I know this isn't, and this is not the easiest for you, Mama, but I feel as though, like, in some part, George left us with a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. This is not saying goodbye. This is see you later, because we're going to see him again. We're definitely going to see him again. And now this is an extra reason now to push and try our hardest to make it into the new world and plan this resurrection party, because the resurrection hope is a loving thing. To his Bible students who are, I'm sure they're very sad, don't give up on your studies, because you too have a chance to see Georgie again. We just want to thank everybody for their generosity at this time. I can't, there are so many things that I want to say, but I know my time is limited. But I really just want to extend a personal thank you from my siblings, my mom, and myself. Like in such a short time, everything just came together. People just like hit the ground running. They were like, okay, what do you need done? What do you need done? We will take care of this. And we saw Jehovah's hand just allowing things to mobilize themselves so that we can, this could have been done smoothly, you know. To the brotherhood, my friends here in Louisville, there are no words to explain the gratitude that I have for you all, my friends in New York as well. Everybody's been calling and checking in, and the friends in Trinidad, you all, my friends and family in Trinidad, you all have not allowed like my mom and my sister and brother to feel, and by extension I have to remember my in-laws as well, my sister-in-law, who, you know, I don't want to get too much into it because I'm trying to keep it together, but this is a personal thank you to you all as well. Milo, you were there with Daddy. I'm forever grateful for everything that you did for him, you know, and I just really want to say thank you to everybody. They chose me to give a speech in behalf of everybody. I don't know why, but I was joking with my sister and I was telling her that, you know, like in the resurrection, when Daddy comes back, it's going to be fun to see what he's going to tell Mommy, because this was his chance to escape. You know, he finally made it. He escaped. So this would be really, there are so many exciting things to look forward to. So as much as his absence is painful and it leaves a void in our hearts, we have a lot of good things to look forward to. And for those who are not familiar with the resurrection, check in with Jehovah's Witnesses. There's a reason why we're still alive, you know, as much as it hurts. You know, the resurrection hope is real, and it's something that George firmly believed in. So, you know, as I close this speech, I just really want to say thank you to everybody who had a hand in helping out, in helping. I'm just so grateful. We are so grateful as a family. We just want to say thank you. Thank you so much.